Usually when you buy a new TV, the biggest hurdle is just, seeing if the box fits in your trunk.
Right, exactly. You measure it, you slide it in, and you're pretty much done.
Yeah, but what happens when you aren't measuring your trunk anymore? Like, what if you're measuring the turning radius of your staircase?
Oh, or the actual structural integrity of your living room wall.
Exactly. And that's the architectural puzzle we're exploring in today's deep dive. We are looking at this fascinating product page from HDTVSupply,
Right, for the Draper 254251 Profile Plus.
which is a 198-inch fixed frame screen. Our mission today is to figure out the extreme logistics and hidden tech behind setups like this.
And, I mean, monumental is really the only word for it. To give you a visual, the viewable area alone is 105 by 168 inches.
Wow, that is massive.
It is. With this zero-edge borderless design and a specific matte white XT1000V surface, it basically looks like a floating video wall.
Okay, let's unpack this, because 168 inches wide, that is like 14 feet?
14 feet of screen, yeah.
Trying to mount that is literally like trying to park a mid-sized SUV on your wall.
Right, and the source highlights a crucial detail about that. It ships completely unassembled.
Well, it has to, right.
Exactly. You physically cannot maneuver a rigid 14-foot frame around tight corners or, into residential elevators.
Good luck getting that up a standard staircase.
Right, so the engineers designed it to be built on site. The physical reality of the space basically dictates the product's form.
Okay, but say you manage to build this SUV-sized frame in your room. An empty canvas doesn't really do much on its own.
No, it doesn't.
And filling a 198-inch space with an actual image seems incredibly demanding.
Well, what's fascinating here is that a screen this size requires a massive technological ecosystem to even function.
Like, you can't just plug in a standard HDMI cable.
Oh, definitely not. Whether it's for a high-end home theater, a mega church, or, say, a corporate training room, you need heavy-duty infrastructure.
The kind HDTVSupply specializes in, like those matrix switchers.
Right, specifically things like the Wolfpack 4K HDMI matrix switchers and AV over IP systems.
Hold on, I need to stop you there. What exactly is a matrix switcher doing that a high-quality cable just can't do?
Fair question.
Because honestly, when I hear AV over IP, my eyes kind of glaze over.
I get it. Okay, think of a standard HDMI cable as like a single-lane road.
Okay.
It works perfectly fine for a small TV.
Yeah.
But projecting massive 4K resolution across 14 feet is a staggering amount of data.
Oh, I see. So it's a traffic issue.
Exactly. So a matrix switcher is basically a highly complex rail yard. It takes multiple high-speed data trains, your various video and audio sources, and instantly routes them.
And that's where the AV over IP comes in.
Yes, using standard internet protocols to route these signals over a network instead of direct cables.
So you avoid the traffic jams.
Right, preventing loss of quality so the image doesn't just degrade into a blurry mess at that massive scale.
That makes total sense. But that actually brings up a huge question about cost for me.
Oh, the budget.
Yeah, the Draper screen itself is listed at $4,240. Is dropping over $4,000 on just a blank canvas total overkill?
Well, no, because
Especially when you still have to buy all those complex matrix systems and projectors to make it work?
if we connect this to the bigger picture, the canvas is the only part you actually see.
That's true.
You could have the best AV over IP rail yard routing this pristine 4K signal, but if you blast that light onto a cheap surface,
The illusion breaks down.
completely,
Uh,
that matte white XT1000V surface is chemically engineered to capture and diffuse the light perfectly evenly across that whole area.
so the stakes are just incredibly high. Like if one part of that rail yard fails, your floating video wall is totally useless.
Precisely. And that really explains why buying into this level of tech isn't just a one-off transaction.
You really need ongoing support for something like this.
Yes, HDTVSupply actually backs up their catalog with lifetime tech support, and they have over 10,000 positive reviews.
Wow, 10,000. That's huge.
Yeah, which really underscores how critical that human element is when you're managing commercial-grade data routing.
You know, there's one highly specific customer review from a guy named John M. that stood out in our sources.
Oh, the one about the 4K setting.
Yeah, he wrote that when he called about his 4K resolution settings, the staff was, quote, less than friendly, but answered my question.
I love that review. It raises an important question about how much we actually value functional expertise.
Right, because high-end AV is notoriously finicky.
Oh, incredibly finicky.
Yeah.
Getting the system online often trumps a polished retail smile.
Which makes me want to ask you, the listener, if your 14-foot screen goes dark right before a big event, Who would you rather deal with?
A cheerfully optimistic rep who has no idea how to fix it.
Exactly. Or a slightly grumpy AV veteran who instantly solves your HDMI matrix issue. I mean, I'd take the grumpy expert every single time.
Oh, 100%. When dealing with hardware at this scale, expertise wins.
Absolutely. We've really journeyed from the sheer physical scale of a 198-inch screen, navigating its staircase logistics, through the complex rail yard of matrix switchers.
Right down to the gruff but highly effective human support, keeping the whole ecosystem running.
It's a massive physical and technological undertaking from start to finish.
It really is.
Which leaves us with a final thought for you to ponder.
Mm.
As our personal devices get smaller and VR headsets offer these incredibly immersive private worlds, why do we still crave the monumental shared physical footprint of a 14-foot screen?
That is a fascinating question.
Maybe some experiences are just meant to be too big for a single trunk and, too vast to be experienced alone.